Right, good evening everybody who's just arriving. I've got the Facebook Live and the Zoom call just started a few minutes before 7, just to give people a little bit of time to arrive, and particularly on Facebook it gives people a few minutes to catch the notification or the message or whatever comes up to say that Heron Drums has just gone on a live stream. But welcome everybody. I can see the people arriving there on Zoom. Hello everybody, good to see you. And I can see fantastic numbers arriving now on Facebook Live. Oh, and messages at the bottom. So people joining in from the US, from Wisconsin. Let us know where you're joining in from. We're coming together again as a wide circle all around the world. And it's great to hear where people are joining in from. Fantastic. Lovely to see you, Pauline. Lovely to see you, Sue and Karen. Sally, Carol, Christine, fantastic. Let us know again where you're coming from, where you're joining in from tonight. I know there's many people who have joined us on many or most of these. So good to see people kind of coming back each time to connect as a circle. Fantastic. Pauline joining in from Portsmouth. Sue from Hertfordshire. Got the circle joining in far and wide. I'm each time getting a little bit more familiar with all the different bits for setting up. I'm set up even before 7 this time. Last time it was bang on 7, which I thought that was a big achievement. But this time even a few minutes before. So people joining from Cambridgeshire, fantastic. From Trelleborg in Sweden. From Gisborough, from Cheshire, from Hertfordshire. Did I get it right this time, Christine? Not only am I getting used to the tech over the time, but also pronouncing names that by now I should know. I've travelled up to you. From Redhill in Surrey. Fantastic. Tina's just done the online class as well. Wonderful. Thank you, Pauline. Yeah, keeping very well, thank you. Slightly tireder today, slightly tireder. As a lot of people have commented, there's kind of an ebbing and flowing as we go kind of from one day to another. I'm on a lower ebb tonight, so looking forward to connecting in with the circle with you all, drumming together with you all. Fantastic. Vernon's joining in as well. Lovely to see you there, Hermione. So people joining in from Scotland. Yeah, other people feeling the tiredness. Let's connect in with those drums. I think that will be a big boost for us all this evening. Yeah, playing with the technology. I did a thing earlier. A lot of people have commented to do with the sound on Zoom, and however I set it up, trying to get it to kind of be the same as what we've got on with the phone on Facebook. So I set up something earlier with dug out an old phone, charged it up and set it up on there to see whether that worked, and I got some hilarious feedback just kind of spinning round, and I had to just kind of switch off microphones and sound and all the rest of it to do it. So still playing with it, but this is the setup that seems to work each time. Fantastic. Welcome to those who are joining. Brilliant. Welcome to those just catching up. People joining in from work. Where are people or just finishing work? Whereabouts are you joining in from? This is we're just getting a sense of how wide this circle is tonight, and how wide and far this circle is reaching around the world. We've had people joining in already who are here online already, joining in from Wisconsin. Oh, just gonna make sure everybody's on mute on Zoom there. Fantastic. Brilliant. So people are joining in with us on Facebook as well. People joining in from North Cave, from London. More people joining in from London. Fantastic. Great to see you again, Andrea. People joining in from Shropshire, from Aberdeen. Wonderful. Great to see you, Kerry. From Durham. Louise from South Africa, incredible. From Fife, tucking up plants because expecting a frost tonight. Oh gosh, completely different worlds to down here. It's been definitely much cooler, but I don't think we're far away from a frost. Fantastic, lovely to see everybody connecting in and joining in from Hereford, from Wales, from Merseyside, from Buckinghamshire. Excellent. Well, we're going to have a mix this evening of, we'll have some drumming, there'll be some connecting in rounds for ourselves, we'll be doing some healing rounds as well, and a song again this evening for it. So lovely to have everyone back. Oh, fantastic. Lewis in Norfolk, Sharon in Edinburgh, from Stratford, fantastic. Still getting just still some people arriving on the Zoom call. More people expecting frost in Norfolk as well. We need to get back out there dancing the summer, dancing the summer. The dancing and the celebrations that started with Beltane at the beginning of this month, the end of last month. We need to keep those fires going. Handily, the song that we've got tonight is a fire song, so it's about bringing that fire inside. But we'll keep that fire going as well for the land to keep kind of us warming up into summer. Superb. Some more people joining in on the Zoom call. Let us know where you're joining in from. I think I can spot who's been here on the previous ones. There's some of the group here who've been here on every single one. But if this is your first time on Zoom joining us or on Facebook joining us, let us know as well. Yeah, some people saying missing outdoor events. I feel exactly the same. I've been feeling exactly the same with the gatherings. What's been the nice thing to remember, if you're able to get outside, I appreciate not everybody is, but you know, the outside is still there. The trees are still there, the wind is still there, the rain is still there, the rivers are still there, and you know, we can take the opportunity in this quieter time just to hear a little bit more of what they've got to say. Fantastic, fantastic. So yeah, some people joining for the first time this evening. Welcome, welcome. Really glad to have you along. If you've seen the previous ones, you've seen that this it's a drumming circle. We connect in on the heart level, and as well, you'll feel that yourself this evening. What we have sort of is a drum along with the videos, and connecting in together in the comments. And so there's, you know, you can talk in with each other in the comments, and it is lovely to see kind of people connecting in with one another in the comments as well as letting us know and talking about how they're feeling during this. Fantastic. Love to see you, Adele, in Edinburgh. Excellent, excellent. All right, so we're 7:05. Let's make a start. I can see on Facebook many people have already arrived here. We've still got some people joining in on Zoom, but they'll be able to join in when they get here. Fantastic, people joining in from Norfolk. Still people arriving. It's great to see. So something I've just loved to do on all of these. Those who I can see on Zoom, show us the drums that you're joining in with. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Lovely to see all the drums connecting in there. And all the drums connecting in on Facebook Live as well. All those who are joining in around the world. Seeing some people joining in from the US, some people joining in from South Africa, some people joining in from Sweden, and many people joining in from around the British Isles. We'll begin this evening just starting with a grounding, a centering, and if you have smudge there with you, great opportunity to smudge with some herbs, just to start the evening centered and grounded. as I mentioned kind of on the last one, you know, usually when we are going to these live events, we would, you know, there would be some sort of mental and energetic preparedness that we'd have, because we'd leave the house and we'd either travel over by walking or by car or by bike or something like that over to wherever these groups and gatherings are happening. And something happens there to separate us from our normal everyday, and we go to the groups and gatherings to connect together in circle. And strange times now that we maybe walk from one room to another, or maybe just shoo other people out of the room when it comes to the start of the evening. And many people who are isolated on their own, who are locked down on their own at the moment, you know, may have not even moved from the same room. So we're going to make that movement kind of, you know, make that movement happen here, and just take a moment just to center ourselves and ground ourselves at the start of the evening. Whatever way that works for us. That can be focusing in on our breath, breathing right down to our belly, and just taking a number of really focused breaths. Just to center and ground. For some of us, that might be a visualization. As we breathe in, we might be focusing that energy right down to the toes and the feet, and just imagining, visualizing, seeing roots coming out from our base and from our feet, going down into the earth, grounding us and centering us, holding us to the earth. Seeing those roots going down through the sand and the stone and the soil, and wrapping against around a big boulder there. And if you've got herbs that you use for smudging, it's also good to do at the start, because it helps us clear anything that we don't need from the day, and helps bring us into a new space within ourselves, just to connect here this evening. And so I'm going to light this sage here for the circle. And welcome Grandmother Sage, just to help us all this evening, for balance and cleansing, and for healing, for grounding and focusing, for protection, for all of us connecting here in this circle, for all those connecting in with this circle live as it happens, and for all those who are joining afterwards on the recording on Facebook. This goes out for everybody in the circle. And I'll keep that burning just over here. As I call in the energies that we work with this evening, that we'll welcome into this space in this circle. As we centre and as we ground and as we relax in this space, as we drop from our head down into our heart space, we send out that call from our heart to the spirits of this land that's awakening into spring, that's awakening into the warmer times, that's bursting forth with life, with green plants and new shoots. We call to the winds, the element of air, to those wild winds of change that have blown through in the past few days, into those gentle breezes, and with the air, the breath, that connection that we have with that element. To the waters, to all of those waters that have fallen as rains, that flow into the rivers, that flow out to the sea, all of those waters that flow from deep in the earth into the sacred springs, and to that energy and element of flow within us and to our depths. And to the element of fire, to that fire that is an awakening as we come into the summer half of the year, as we come into the brighter and warmer half of the year. To that fire of the sun that is shining bright. And to all of those fires that awaken within us. Those fires of excitement, of energy, of creativity, inspiration, passion and excitement. We honour all of you. Just as in this space we call to all of those guides that work with us, all of those unseen spirit allies that work with us and work through us, to join in and connect with us here this evening, to support us and guide us in this space. And we call to the wisdom of the ancestors, those of our own bloodline, those ancestors of this land, and those ancestors of these spiritual traditions. We honour and acknowledge all of you. And so this wide circle that is connecting in here together all around the world, we cast this circle all around all of us, and we call to all of the spirits of the north, of the east, of the south and the west, and we ask the circle to be blessed. And to the earth below and sky above, fill the circle with purest love. Blessed be. Hey. So blessed be, aho, amen, ariom, cheers, boom shakalaka, whatever is the way that you end up and close your prayers and your sharings. We open the circle. Fantastic. I can just see on the screen now there's messages from more people arriving. Fantastic. Lovely to see everybody here. So all of us connecting in here as a circle, all of us connecting in this moment as it's happening, and those who are joining in with the recording of the circle afterwards. We have our opening round of drumming just to unite us in this circle of healing. Just unite us in this circle connected together. We are physically distanced from each other, but in social solidarity with each other, and tonight in this space with a spiritual unity, a spiritual connection. So that's the intention for the first round of drumming. As people who have worked with me before know, I would say that every round of drumming has a prayer and intention. You know, we know drumming is healing, and many people joined us on the introduction to shamanic drumming this last Thursday, and we looked at kind of, you know, what happens for the body and how it kind of it boosts us in many ways in terms of for our own health, but also, you know, that spiritual connection that there is. In addition, especially when we're drumming in a wide circle like this, there's a lot of energy that is built up with it that we can give a kind of a prayer and dedication to. So the prayer and dedication for this round, this opening round, as we've done on the previous ones, is just to unite us as a circle and feel that connection with all of us gathering around the world. So join in at home if you have a drum, join in with your open heart if you don't have a drum, and let's all feel that connection together as a circle. Fantastic. Breathe in that unity, breathe in that connection right into your being. If you've been drumming, it's lovely just to sit in that vibration just as it is afterwards, and even more powerful just in the circle here, connected all together. How's everybody doing? Let us know that you're back, either on Zoom by waves, or on a comment, or a quick one on the live is put up a bubble with a thumb or a heart or something like that on the side there. Brilliant. I can see that people are back. Oh, I missed if there were any waves on Zoom there. Are people back? Yeah, fantastic. Returning from that. What was that like? How did that feel? For those where it's your first time joining on the circle, connecting in here across the heart rhythms, the vibrations, across the sacred rhythms of the drum. And those if you've joined us on the previous weeks as well, how was this kind of opening circle connecting? For me, it's different every single time. Can I open up a window? Let's see how that works. Let a bit of fresh air in as well. Let a bit of bird song in as well. Fantastic. Okay, so calming, fantastic, beautiful, awesome, great. It's wonderful. For me, I sort of put in this question in my mind of kind of going, show me the connection. Let me see the connection, kind of as it comes. And on previous sessions, as I've said, it's been like a circle, a ring of light around, or a rope around, or something like that. It's been something that holds us, and this time being very different. Just catching these, warming, grounding, powerful, calming, and connected. Yeah, I'll close the window just because people are out in the garden next door. Yeah, I tend to ask to kind of see it visually, and initially as it started, and I was kind of also working a bit with the song there, weaving the song into it to see that connection and feel that connection. It was very much, and kind of how it looked was, in some sort of like lattice knotwork, kind of going in and around. And I thought, oh, this is different, because usually on the previous times that we've gathered, it's been a circle around the outside. And then the image I saw at the end was that was a band that had kind of been weaving a band around the outside. And so there was obviously this moment shifted during the middle of that, where the energy had weaved its way around and danced around everybody to then be there in the circle, holding us around in that band. Fantastic, calming, lovely, carried on a wave. And a comment there about the song and the chanting. I work with songs in different ways. There's songs that that are songs that are words that have lyrics, and that I've been doing some of those at the end of the circles, and those are ones that are shared and passed on and passed around in different circles. And then there are songs and chants that I've learnt from the spirits that I work with, and they have a particular reason and purpose. What I was doing with this evening was just letting the song flow, just to kind of weave that energy of unity and connectedness together. Asking the guides that I work with and the spirits that I work with just to give a song which will help move that energy in and around. So I was talking on the online class that we did last week. I think it was a question that had come up to do with using songs and chants. Oh, and I had mentioned it earlier on as well, of if you're drumming for yourself, for your own healing, allow the chant, allow humming to become melodic, just to be another way that energy can move through you. And You know, ask if you have guides that you know that you work with. Ask them if they'll gift a song to help you with whatever personal healing that you're doing. In that, just to let that flow. And you know, we tend to have hang-ups about things like chanting, because we have ideas of what is good singing, and kind of, you know, what is singing and not, and the idea that there can be you know, that you can be doing it wrong or whatever. This is chanting. This is very different. This is start from humming and let it go from there. It's just letting that energy flow, and helps work as you're working with the drum, just to let it move. So yeah, I hope this evening you'll all join in with humming as well, and letting the hum kind of evolve into a melody. Fantastic, great to see more people joining in, very calm and connected. And yeah, other people kind of feeling the same, or find the same with the singing and the chanting. Wonderful. So as I mentioned about the online class that happened last week, there are plans to do more online classes about different areas. One that's been asked for a couple of times. They've been very patient in waiting for me to get round to starting it, is for holding drumming circles. When we get back to meeting in person, there may be more people who are looking to kind of gather groups together and hold drum circles together. And one of the things they've asked for is a class just to kind of give some ideas on structures and different ways of kind of structuring, organising, holding that, and some resources for people. So that's one that's in the pipeline. So do get in touch if you're interested in that. But one of the ones that I've been recording some bits for is for an online journeying course, an introduction to kind of shamanic journeying. So we've been doing some journeys on these evenings over the past few weeks, and there's some people who have journeyed with me on drum making workshops and things like that, and who are wanting, from kind of people's replies and emails, are wanting to see how we can take that a little bit further. So that's one that I'm putting together at the moment, where we'll be looking at kind of it will be going on over a period of time, just to be giving a bit more of a grounded introduction into shamanic journeying. And if you're joining in on the Facebook Live, you'll either see it now or you'll see it afterwards. The description at the top of the video or above the video gives links on there for 2 mailing lists. Do sign up on those 2 mailing lists. One of them's for Heron Drums, and it will remind you or let you know when these drumming circles are on, and it will let you know the Zoom link if you're joining in from Zoom. But the other one is for the Ancient Roots mailing list. And what I'm doing with the Ancient Roots is putting a lot of the teaching that I would be doing on the kind of, say for example, the year-long course or on my smaller workshops in sections, in units as it were, in modules, and going to be doing those there on the Ancient Roots page, to have some way that we can continue with practice and development online during this period. You know, it's a kind of a period of time where we're indoors, and there's a lot of people who are wanting to take the opportunity to kind of connecting with their spiritual practice during this time. So if you're wanting to kind of get some more information on those, on the mailing lists, if you sign up to those, I'll be sending bits and pieces out to them. Yeah, the updates and information on those will be coming from will be mainly coming on the mailing list. So for the next for the next round of drumming, I've been the next round of drumming, I'm wanting us to just to focus in on what we're needing for ourselves at the moment. And we start at this kind of point here where we've connected in as a circle, but we're now just going to be held by the circle, by one another, and connect in and ask the spirits to help support us and get us strength that we need at the moment. And let's just take a moment just to sit with that just for a second and see what word comes, as if it were kind of like, for what word immediately jumps into the mind when we say, what strength are we needing right now? What energy are we needing right now? What are we needing a bit more of at the moment, which will help us in these days? And there may be a word that immediately comes for you. If you're busy-minded, it may be just a moment, just sitting there still, just to see when all the busyness clears out the way, what word is sitting there. If you just need to take a moment just to sit with your breath, just to get that. But when it comes to you, when it's there, when you have that word, pop it in the chat or in the comments, just to name that energy that you're going to be calling for. So as I say, every round of drumming, having a prayer and intention. There is a collective one in this where we're connecting in with what strength we need at the moment, but that personal energy that you're calling to. Many of those coming in, and if you're seeing other people's messages, there might be part of that you kind of spot and go, oh yeah, I can feel that too. There'll be something in doing this together where we will feel all of those. But the prayer and intention for this round of drumming is to connect in with that energy that you're needing at the moment. And we're going to, in this round of drumming, call on those spirits that work with us to help fill us with this energy and this particular strength, so that we can carry it into the next few days and can continue to connect in with that energy over the next few days. Just give a moment as people are popping those on there and connecting in with the energy. And if you have got that clearly, have that in your mind, that word, or for some of you there's a couple of words, have that in your mind and in your heart at the start of this drumming. And if there is anybody who hasn't got something that has come to mind with that, ask that this round of drumming be that question. Before answering that question, as it were, you can sit with that question of what is it that I need, so that at the end of this round of drumming, the end of this small space of prayer drumming, you can reach and kind of get to the point where you go, okay, this is what I'm needing more of at the moment. This is what I'm needing to do. This is what I'm needing to connect in with over the next few days. Okay, wonderful. I can see people still popping those on there. And with this round of drumming, because I've introduced you to it now, I invite you to let the sound come as well through the voice, whether it be through humming, whether it be through singing the word that that has come to you in terms of the strength and energy that you're needing at the moment. See if you can sing that word through along with the drumming. This is connecting in with that power and strength for ourselves. And breathe that right into you. Breathe that energy and that strength right in so you can hold it. Continue to feel it all within you. All of that vibration of it in and around. Just center that within yourself. That's it. It's that grounding breath, just to center that back into yourself. And as you start returning back, let us know in the comments. I can't see you on Facebook, so let us know in the comments or in the bubbles that you're back. On Zoom, yeah, give us a wave. See some people still coming back. Come back in your own time with that. Allowing that just to come, just to fill you. Great. Still waving on Zoom. Hello. Fantastic. Just seeing people coming back as well on Facebook, and see some thumbs going up and some hearts going up, and people commenting there as well. And people gave it a go with the chanting. Fantastic. How was that with the chanting? What was that like? I know there's some people who have done chanting with me before, and people have done chanting kind of, you know, in different ways before. But, you know, how was that this evening, doing that with the chanting? Feeling your drum, wanting to hug you. Superb. Did you give it a hug? Did you listen to that and give it a hug? Yeah, okay. It's kind of the drumming and how that moves those energies within us, and it's not always as we expect. You know, we connecting with some things, and, you know, in order to lift that in ourselves, what also needs to move is as people describe, in kind of grief and anger, and you know, it then becomes a safe space within that kind of round of drumming for that energy to move, so that you can be connecting in with that energy that you're calling into as well. Some people being very hard on themselves with the singing and the chanting. I challenge you to do some more singing and chanting, and get comfortable with hearing your voice. People feeling that connection between the chant and the drumming, feeling empowered by the chanting there. People saying they're feeling their ancestors. Yeah, really funny one. I'm sure I'm not the only person here who has experienced this or done this, but, you know, our drums within the kind of the pattern, the natural pattern and markings in the drum head, we see so much. There's so much kind of in there within the imagery of it, you know, just within the natural markings. And I've had this drum for absolute years. I've seen it in every single angle and every single lighting and all the rest of it. And it's really quite amazing at different times and with different focuses that, you know, new faces appear in there, and new whole beings and whole shapes just kind of appear in the markings in there. And just lovely to kind of sit with those for a little while. So where people kind of said about feeling held by the ancestors, enduring that. That's sort of what I was feeling within that as well, within a couple of the shapes and forms that appeared there. It's just like, okay, you know, this is a part of the drum. This is that I've seen so many times. I'm not holding the drum any different way to usual, but something different is just coming to the surface there, and lovely to kind of, you know, just acknowledge that presence. So reading a couple more of the comments, people feeling totally connected with that, and yeah, feeling some release of tears, and just kind of letting things flow and go. You know, the drums, as well as what kind of goes on physically with the drums on the emotional level, they start things moving. they start things moving that maybe kind of we had stopped. And once we kind of stop those waters moving and that energy flowing in certain ways, it closes up to other things as well. So when we're calling on particular energies that all require that to move, it also gives the space and the opportunity just to acknowledge some of the other feelings that had been there as well. A couple of people have commented about that. And we've got that kind of that two-sidedness to everything, as we've talked about before. That as well, while we're connecting in with all of this strength and energy that we're needing, this is kind of a time where we are there's a lot of other feelings that are going on underneath the surface. That there is loss and grief that is going on as well. And so what I'm going to be doing for the next kind of rounds of drumming. The next round of drumming is going to be the healing round. But as I did last week, I'm going to just first drum and sing the Heron song, just so that there is, we continue to hold space for those people who have passed and those people who are passing, and just to have a space for that collective grieving and acknowledgement of loss. And more and more of us, as we go through, will either have lost ourselves or know somebody who has lost a loved one at the moment during this. And more and more there are people who are in that kind of that place where they are slowly coming towards the end of life. And so this chant that I've been doing on the last few drumming circles that we've had here is just a call to support them on their journey over. It's called, I'm not sure what the name is on the album. It's a song by Carolyn Hillier. It's generally known as the Heron Chant or the Heron Song. I have a feeling it's called Bones, but that might be the album that it's on. But it's one that that I've heard sung, or that I've sung for years, particularly at times of the year that we associate with the ancestors and honouring and remembering those who have passed away. The celebration of Samhain at the latter half of the year, at the end of October. And also when hearing news of somebody passing, this song is sung. So I just share it on this space and hold the space here to honour and acknowledge those who have passed away. And so if you do know anybody who has lost somebody, if you yourself have lost somebody, it's just a moment and a song just to hold them in our mind and in our heart. And what the song asks is for the heron to fly them home, help fly them and help carry them to the other world. Thanks, Christine. Yeah, called Bones. Thank you. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own land, where the mothers wait for your return, heron, fly you home. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return, heron, fly you home. back to the wildlands, heron fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return, heron fly you home. Heron fly you home. Heron fly you home. There's a few friends that I'm holding in mind with that song who I know who have lost family members at the moment. Others who have got family members who are in hospital. And as time goes on, more of us at the moment are in that position of knowing one person or another who has lost somebody with this. So we continue to hold the space for those who have passed and those that are passing. Hey. Okay. And now let's hold a space for those that would like to drum some love and some strength to at the moment, with the healing round, where we can drum some love and strength to those people who are needing it at the moment, whether that be through being sick and unwell, or just having a hard time at the moment, really struggling, and could do with some extra some strength and some love that they can pick up and carry into the next few days and weeks. So as we do with this round of drumming, what we do when we have it in a circle is we put people's names into the middle that we'd like to give some love and strength to, that we'd love to, as a group, drum some love and strength to. So if there's anybody that you are called to name in this circle, pop them in the chat or in the comment section, and we'll hold them in our mind and in our heart through this. It's a healing prayer, as it were, that they have the love and the strength to pick them up and carry them forward in the coming days. We don't know what their journey's about, we don't know what their wishes are, and it's for them to direct that and direct their lives in their own way. We can send with this prayer of sending some love and some strength to them at the moment. And I won't read out names, but and first names is perfectly fine. Please don't feel that you need to tag people into it for this. But if there's anybody in particular that comes to your mind at the moment that you want to send some love and some strength to. I'll just give it a second because I'm still seeing those arriving. Okay. So as the last few of those arrive, we'll drum together in this circle, spread wide across and around the world. And the love and strength is for all those that we've named and all those others that come into our mind and our heart during this. Join with drum and song. So may all those drum rhythms just ripple out across the land to reach and be felt by all of those that we've dedicated that energy to in this circle, and may they feel that strength and love just to help lift them, just to give them that extra that they need at the moment. All right. You're still coming back, just take a moment just to take a breath. Just to ground and centre yourself, just to bring yourself back to this space at the end of that drumming. Let us know you're back. And the comments or the bubbles or the waves, whichever way that we know we're back in a circle together. I'm wondering if that was a kind of a more deeply felt one, kind of as we're getting in further through the evening tonight. We're slower on the bubbles for people returning on Facebook. And is everybody back on? Some people now waving on the Zoom. Yeah, welcome back, guys. All right, fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, fantastic. People giving the chants and the heart songs, giving them a go. And feeling them flow and feeling them moving and shifting powerfully. That's fantastic. We're going to end this evening with a song. It's going to be a song. It's going to be a fire song, because since the last one we've had the celebration of Beltane, so it's a fire ceremony, fire celebration. So it's keeping that fire going and keeping that energy going. I don't know what it is, but that's not even on. I'm baking in here this evening. For those people who are talking about frosts settling in where and around you are, it's I'm melting here at the moment. Sorry if you're getting beeps of messages coming in. I haven't been able to silence everything. I was using a different drum on that last round of drumming, so I hope the sound was okay. It felt really, really resonant, and so part of me's kind of got a worry that it ended up buzzing on any of those. So apologies if there was anything with the sound. With that, I'm used to using the other drum on the online bit, so I know how that one works with it. Yeah, so the last bit that we'll do, the last round of drumming, will be with a chant, with a song, and it's a slightly longer one, so it's going to be testing everybody with the picking up the words. What I always suggest with chants and songs, if they're a new one, as you're picking up the melody, hum along. If there's particular words in there that you really get, that you catch quickly, sing those strongly, loudly, and more of it as you get it, piece it together. Usually when we have the drumming circles in Ashford, if it's nice weather, an evening like this evening, we'd be out around our sacred fire there in Ashford, and we'll be drumming into the evening, and as we're coming into the summer months, it will be light still, but we'd have that fire going in the centre there, and we tend to close those drumming circles with our lullaby to the fire, as it were, and that's with the song Fire, Sacred Fire. The words of this one is: fire, sacred fire, burning through the night, come to me in my dream time, bring me visions of light. Circle round, spiral down, to this heart open wide. Healing light, shining bright, dry these tears that I've cried. It's one of my favourite ones, and with few people kind of commenting that this evening has kind of moved some deeper emotions and that they have shed some tears this evening. It's going to be particularly pertinent, but it's keeping those fires going, those Beltane fires that have been that are part of the celebration from the last couple of weeks, or where are we now? Yeah, so from a couple of weeks ago, and connecting with that fire within us. So I'll begin the drumming with it. Join in, as I say, hum along with the song. If you know it, you can get straight on with it. But if it's new one for you, hum along with the song and pick it up as much as we can as we go along through it. It's a really quite a nice one. Fire, sacred fire, burning through the night, come to me in my dream time, bring me visions of light, circle round, spiral down to this heart open wide, healing light shining bright, dry these tears that I've cried. Fantastical. Feel that energy rise and keep that fire going within. Do keep that song going. It is a really lovely one. Thank you for. I couldn't see who it was, but I saw somebody pop the lyrics up there, the words up there on the Facebook one. Thanks for that. That helped people join in and carry on with that, and sing along with that song. It's a really, really lovely one in honour of the fire. So, yeah, keep that fire going for yourself in the coming days and weeks. And as we bring the evening to a close, thank you all for joining us on here. Just reading comments for your people saying totally transfixed, listening with headphones, been able to join in with that song. It's a really, really wonderful one. I do love it. It's a great energy, lovely warmth to the solar plexus, powerful and moving. Peaceful. I mean, I refer to it as a lullaby. Yeah, I call it my lullaby to the fire, saying goodnight to the fire for the evening as I go to my dream time. And that fire of inspiration and kind of illumination can carry on teaching through the dream time. It's fantastic. Just as more people. Memories of the Ashford Circles. Yeah, we will be back there around the fire. And lovely to know that we'll be connecting with many more fires out and around. Asking where this song comes from. This is one of the Rainbow Tribe songs. A lot of songs and circle songs get shared around in different groups. And a number of them originate from what's known as the Rainbow Tribe or the Rainbow Family. Super. So yes, once again, thank you very much for joining us on here. Do kind of keep in touch with what's going on, either through the mailing lists or through the Facebook page. If you're not following the Facebook page, click for following it. In the blurb at the top, it's got where you can join the different mailing lists. One to do with Heron Drums and the other one Ancient Roots to do with the online courses. I've got there also the PayPal link. If anybody wants to and is able to give a donation for this evening. This is a free circle, but it's if people are able to or wanting to give a donation, there's a link there. It's the paypal.me/Heron Drums. Some people asked if there was a different way to do the donations, or if or people who are not in a position to. Absolutely, completely understand. Not everybody's in a position to. You can all help by sharing a little bit from the page. Everything's a little bit slower work-wise at the moment. All of my workshops aren't happening. So one thing that can help at the moment is just if you're able to share the Heron Drums website with people, and maybe more people will be able to find out about things that we're doing. But for this evening, that is all from me, and as we close this space as a circle, the circle that we've opened up all around the world. I know some people have said they've had to go already, but as we release the energy of this space, we do so sending thanks out to all of those unseen elements, guides, ancestors that have joined us in this circle. All of those that have connected in, that have appeared to us in our visions, that have appeared to us in the images of the drums, that we felt come close to us, that we felt there in our heart. For all of that strength and energy that they've given us and shared with us this evening. And may we continue to feel those strengths that we connected in with in the coming days and weeks and months. And may those that we've drummed for this evening continue to feel that love and strength. So to all of those unseen from all the directions that have joined in and connected in with their energy this evening, that have shared with us and weaved their magic in and throughout everything that's been experienced, we send you our heartfelt thanks and gratitude, and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. and we release the circle for this evening. So hey, yeah, once again, thanks everybody for joining in, for joining on the call tonight. The next time we have the online drumming circle like this will be on the last Tuesday of the month. For those of the Ashford group will know, this is the evening of the Ashford group's normal meeting. Will be online on the 26th from 7 o'clock. And to kind of get the details for that, do join the mailing lists that are in the, it's not the comments, in the kind of the blurb above the video. But yeah, thank you all, and see you all again on the next drumming circle.